Well, I know Erin and I share our sentiment of enthusiasm for our next guest. We just talked all about how excited we were to talk to her. Nicole Lynn, ladies and gentlemen, is with us, senior agent and president of football operations at Clutch Sports and so many other things. How are you? Thank you for being here with us.
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
I love this story. I read this story where you were looking for something to wear. Did you, Chris? I don't know if you saw this. I was looking up stuff today. And first of all, I die for that because what I'm doing right now is trying to find a tank top for the Hall of Fame game, and you're trying to find an appropriate one. And what you chose was amazing, and you looked hot. And by the way, we shouldn't even care about that. You know what I'm saying? Do you want me to pound my chest right now? But I die that that's what you were trying to do in 2019 for your draft pick. That went third overall, right?
You did. It's so funny. I told my husband, I'm like, one of the biggest challenges in my day-to-day as a sports agent is figuring out what I'm going to wear.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I mean, it's everything from like, are my jeans too tight? Red lipstick, is that too sexy? My hair. I mean, this is a daily struggle. And the draft, I liked my dress, but even in the moment when I sat down, I was like, never again. I'm wearing a suit next time. Like, I regretted it immediately. I was like, this is not the freaking Grammys, Nicole. Why are you dressed?
Just for comfort level or what?
I don't know. I mean, it's just, I didn't know what else. I Googled like NFL agents, green room, and there's not a lot of pictures. So I was like, okay, I'll do a dress. It's like red carpet event. But even sitting there, I was like, oh my God, they're going to think I was a girlfriend. Like, your curls are too cute right now. You took it too far.
Oh my God, I love you.
Well, a couple things about that. That's bullshit that we even have to think about it, to be honest.
Crazy.
The fact that we think like, oh, I can't wear a dress and still might do my job. I mean,
or red lipstick.
Or red lipsticks. Like I sit there sometimes with like a tankless dress or whatever, like a sleeveless dress on Sundays. And it's like, you should act more professional. But then if I wear a suit, then I'm manly. So it's like, well, which one is it? So it's a bunch of bullshit. But you just said something and you were like, it's like you were the girlfriend. Weren't you also accused of being a player's girlfriend when you were in the hotel?
No.
Yes.
I was kicked out of a hotel. Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy. Like early on in my agent career, I went to visit a player before the game. Like you can see them on Saturday, and I will not name the team, but the security guard kicked me out because he thought I was a girlfriend trying to sneak in. I could not believe it. And I'm like, no, I promise. And at this point, I didn't have any big name clients. I'm a nobody. And so he's like, I don't know. I've never heard of you.
Oh my God.
I promise I'm an agent. I knew that I had to be great, and I could not get caught slipping. So step one for me before even recruiting, before doing anything was, can I be the best at this? Because when I'm in meetings, even now, after I've been an agent and been in the business for a while, I still get questioned by players and dads. Do you know the game? Do you know this defense? And so I just made it my mission to never be in a situation where I didn't know something. So I worked on that before I even got certified.
How? Like, how do you work on being great? Like, what do you do? Because I know me, like, I feel like I have to read every little thing that comes my way about the game, and I'm like crazy about it. But what do you do?
I mean, similar. So my first thing was learning the game, right? I think there's two parts. There's the game and there's the business. So for me, it was like, I need to learn the game. And so I would break it down. Like for a year, I just focused on defense. And my husband was a football player who played corner. And so we would just talk about defense. And it's like, okay, let's talk about DBs for 4 months and breaking down a DB, understanding what players fit in that position and why they're good, not just the game, but the player. And then, like you said, reading books, watching videos. And then I had a couple agents I had met along the way. And so I asked them questions, just really any of my free time, football, all in football. Once I learned the game, then I moved to the business. And it's funny because I don't think you have to know the game to be an agent, like really well. I don't think you have to understand the difference between a 4-3 and a 3-4 defense. But when you're a Black woman and you're 26, that's how old I was when I signed my first client, you better know everything. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, you better know everything. I didn't get that, freebie card.
Yeah, I think Erin and I can understand that.
Oh, yeah.
I still, to this day, 13 years into this gig, I get asked, do you even like football?
Do you write your own stuff?
Come on, man. Like, I'm like, okay, all right, here we go. Amateur hour for them. But whatever. So we can all share that same sentiment of having to prove ourselves. But like I say, I don't know how you feel, but when people say like, oh, what's it like being a woman in this industry? I feel like being a woman got me through the door because there are less of us that want to do this job or your job, Nicole, but you stay there if you know what you're talking about. And that door closes a lot quicker if you don't know what you're talking about.
Absolutely. For me, it was so important when I got into this business that I did not blend in, right? That I was able to be successful and comfortable in my own skin, be my own authentic self. There's so many different ways to be successful. And I didn't want to follow kind of the normal trajectory. And so it's important, it's important defining your own definition of success and then achieving it in what makes sense for you.
It's so interesting because Charissa knows I write it all down, but I don't blend in. And I think the three of us, obviously, for certain reasons, we don't blend in. But yet, if we want to have an Oprah moment, we are worried about it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I go downstairs when we go to a game 15 minutes early before we're supposed to be down there to beat Joe and Troy. So they am not late and they don't say, oh, she's probably doing her hair, which they would never say, by the way. But I just ingrained in my head, I don't want it. I don't let the boys carry my suitcase because you know what? It is heavy because I have 10 outfits in there because I don't know what the weather's going to be or if my bra is going to look right with the top. So you know what? There's a lot in there, but I don't want to hear, oh, she's got a lot of outfits. But it's so funny. Don't blend in. But a lot of times we want to blend in because we don't want to make a ruckus. But let's make a second book, Nicole, and fine, we'll contribute it too. Why do we want to blend in but say we don't?
That's so good. Oh my gosh. I mean, that is so good.
I mean, I'm fighting with myself right now.
It's a daily battle. It's like, no, I want to be exactly who I am. You're not going to tell me what to do. And the next thing you know, I'm like, not the red lipstick.
Yeah.
Too far.
Right.
So you're right. You're totally right. I don't know. I mean, it's the hard part, I think, with our industry is there's not a lot of people that look like us. And so you're less comfortable because you're the only one there with the heels on or the red lipstick. The more people that look like us, the more women that are in the room, it becomes natural. We can become more comfortable because we're not in the minority.
Or the more times that we just say, you know what? I don't care what you write about me in a newspaper. Like you're just angry with your life right now. What? This is just the way it is.
Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.